Alright, hello today, guys. so, this video is pretty much just a big update video. For people who watched my last video, I realized that I did say I was going to be putting more videos and more frequently, and I totally understand that I said that and I should have lived up to that, but I did not. It's just a lot of bad stuff has been going on. A family member passed away, a friend passed away. It's just a lot of stuff has been going on. It's just not that this isn't gonna be one of those droning on and on videos. I'm gonna keep this relatively short. So it's just been a lot of stuff's been going on, a lot of crazy stuff. Some good, some bad, some really good. But you know how it is. It's just how life goes. So I'm going to start making videos every week, and I'm gonna stick by that regardless of how sick I am or irritated, upset, or busy. I'm going to make videos because content is the key, as I've heard from many people on YouTube. Content is key. So in this kind of like update video, I'm just kind of showing you what I have planned for the next week. And pretty much I have this Honda Foreman here, 450 Foreman. This is our workhorse here at my property. Between these two four-wheelers, which are virtually the same, they really are virtually the same. This one is locked in four-wheel drive at all times. This one has two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. You can lock it in four-wheel drive, you can lock it in two-wheel drive, either one you want. So, and this one's got an electronic shifter, as you can see right there, ESP, electronic shift program, and ES, electric shift. And pretty much the only difference is the shifter here, up, first gear, second gear, third, fourth, fifth. Then obviously, then you press this little button right here, press the brake at the same time, and shift down for reverse. Same concept on this, except you're using your foot to go up and down, and then you press that little same button right there. This will focus. You press that button, then brake, then shift down. They're the exact same thing. The main difference is that this is 100 cc's bigger and probably like 150, 200 pounds heavier, give or take. I'm not exactly 100% positive. Anybody who knows the exact details of the weight, go ahead. This is a 2002, this is a 2003. Not much of a difference. Now, the problem is that this four-wheeler, the battery shot. This is not that battery. This was a different battery I just had in there temporarily to get the thing started because there is an upcoming snowstorm, and I wanted to at least have the thing started, get that old gas running out of it, get the oil heated up and everything, get the thing running and warmed up, before we get this blizzard and so I know if there was any problems. And this battery will not fit this four-wheeler correctly. And I'm going to just kind of show you that. It looks like it does. It looks like it would fit perfectly, but this right here goes across here like this, and as you can see, it does not fit on there correctly. It's either one side's up or one side's down. Now this is pretty much just used to, it goes here like this, pretty much just hooks into there like that. That's what the seat sits on. So these two things right here, that right there hooks into here, and then this right here, this metal rod right there hooks into there and hooks the seat down, because you pretty much put this on there and screw it into that little hole right there and holds the seat on. That's pretty much all it is, and it does not fit on there with that battery. So that being said, we need a new battery. Now I already did take this battery off, and we are going to get a new battery tomorrow morning, and I'm going to throw it in there, and I'm going to show you guys me doing the battery. And FYI, I do not have a camera holder at this moment. So my camera holder is this little drill bit toolbox. Now, I can get this open in one hand. I don't think I can because it's a pain in the neck. I'm going to set you down right here for just a second. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. That's the only thing, is that it's kind of a pain in the neck. So I have repurposed this drill bit box as a camera holder. My camera fits right into here, right in between these two little slots, and I can adjust it a lot. I know it's kind of like, I can adjust it, make it go whichever way I want, up, down, side to side, so it just kind of works. So yeah, I've repurposed a drill bit canister for a camera holder, so that's fun. But this is kind of just an update video. Like I said, gonna do a video tomorrow of that, of me putting a new battery in, starting it up. I do have some videos coming this spring for the dirt bike, the 2003 TTR 225. The battery, convenient just to say, I guess these two decided to go behind my back and kill their batteries, both of them. This battery is completely shot. They're both doing the same thing where you charge it for like 2 or 3 hours, it says it's charged, and then it just does not work. And I think the reasoning behind this battery failing, and I know it's the reason. I'll show you the best I can here. This little casing right here, you see this is where the battery sits, right in here. Where my fingers are, no, there it goes, there's the focus. That's where the battery sits, and this battery is far too big for that casing. The guy who had it on here just must have ordered that battery, and when he got the wrong one, just felt lazy enough to throw it in there and deal with it, I guess. I'll show you here. When the battery is in here, when the battery is sitting in the thing, it's supposed to be like that. Something like that, where you can't really, it's not sticking out. It's like that. So that much is sticking out. And actually, it's that side that's sticking out. But so that much is sticking out of the container thing there for it to be held in. And it ended up, when I jumped the dirt bike, and I don't condone jumping dirt bikes unless you're experienced and been riding stuff for your whole life and always wear a helmet, which I stupidly do not sometimes, and I'm lucky to even be here because I've crashed multiple times on things without a helmet, and I'm very lucky. Anyways, I jumped the dirt bike, and it ended up going from sitting flush in there like that, it popped out and fell down pretty much like that. So it sits in there like so, and I ended up popping out and falling down onto the exhaust, right there, the exhaust pipe, and melted the battery. Yeah, it melted it. So it doesn't have a battery. Neither does that. And the only thing is with that four-wheeler, I can get the battery 20 minutes from here at Walmart. This one, I gotta drive an hour and 20 minutes to get the battery from the Power Sports place, not too far from where I live. Well, hour and a half just about, but you know, it could be worse. I could have it shipped to my house, but that's like another $30 on top of that for shipping the battery, which is ridiculous from them. But you know, what you gotta do. So there's that. I'm gonna have a video of me putting the new battery in, the correct battery, the one that's meant for this dirt bike. Which, you know, come to think of it, it doesn't really need a huge battery. All it needs to do is start the dirt bike. That's literally all it needs. It just because it doesn't have a kickstart anywhere on it. It's just a electronic starter up here. I know the background's a mess, but that's all it is. Just to start the dirt bike, that's all it needs. That's all the starter is, or all the battery is. So yeah, and there is gonna be another video at another time. I'm gonna show you right now if I can get over here to the other side. All right, now you see the dirty paper towel. Yeah, I did accidentally make a fuel leak on this in the carburetor, but I fixed that, and that's what that towel is down there for, so it wasn't leaking all over the floor. But that's another story for another time. The oil drain plug, you're gonna see it right here. You see that? That's the oil drain plug. I'm gonna try and get a side shot. You can see how mangled. I don't know if you're able to. You see how mangled it is? I guess you can get the idea of just how mangled that thing is. The guy who had this before me never mentioned the bolt was completely rounded off. So obviously I tried getting off. I could not. So I tried a few different ways. First I tried doing this liquid metal stuff that's supposed to like bond to metal bonding. I don't even know what you call it. Anyways, I tried doing that. It didn't work. So I ended up cutting with a drill bit and stuff across for a screwdriver, and that did not work. So my last effort is this spring. Me and a buddy are going to weld a screwdriver with that you can put a socket on with an old socket. We're going to weld it on there, and then get some vice grips and put it around. Like, let's say this is a screwdriver. We're going to weld it onto my finger is the bolt. And we're going to weld onto the bolt with the screwdriver. Then we're going to get some vice grips and just crank it off and just leave it welded out, get a new bolt from the place where I'm getting the battery, and get this oil change, which has been really, really irritating me for a while. But that's just how things go. But yeah, this is just an update video, and I don't want this to be like some like half-hour video of me talking, because nobody really wants to see that. It's kind of boring. So tomorrow, I'm gonna plan for, it's either gonna be tomorrow, which is Wednesday, or Thursday. Because I might not be able to do tomorrow, but if not, I'll definitely do it on Thursday. But I should be able to do it tomorrow, Wednesday, of me installing a new battery and getting this thing started and running. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this short video. Just me explaining what's going on and everything. I do have a question for anybody in the comments. Which would you take? The 2002 Honda Rancher 350, 4x4 all time, or 2003 Honda Foreman with the electronic shifter 450 engine and better tires compared to that, or dirt bike TTR 225 Yamaha 2003 for the dirt bike. My pick for playfulness, just like for being on a trail type deal, definitely a dirt bike all day long. This thing, I think it tops out around 55, 60 miles an hour, give or take, due to the clutching. The way it's clutch is kind of low, and the gearing, I should say, gearing is lower, I guess, so it gets more power in the low range, and then it kind of just tops out really fast in fifth gear. I think it's got 5 gears. I'm almost positive. It's been a while since I rode it, but it tops out pretty fast on top gears, and I want to gear it out so I can take this down some trails and stuff, because there's a lot of trails in my house, and I can definitely take this thing out and get it up to 70 probably if I really wanted to, but it's not meant for that. It's a dirt bike, not a road motorcycle, so, it's good as is. But for trails, definitely the dirt bike, 100%. I love this thing. For going off-road, mudding, and that's a binder, I don't know why that's there, but for off-roading, mud, all that stuff, Rancher, 110%. Now, the thing is, look at the difference on the tires. Granted, the back tire on both of these is a little bit bigger, but just look at the tread difference. Like, in a close-up, look at that. Like, here's my finger on that. That's my finger on the tread on this thing, and it's bigger than my finger is. And then there's this one, and my finger is clearly bigger than the tread on this one. This one's just about completely worn out. This one hasn't had new tires on it ever. This one had new tires back 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. But the thing is that this one's heavier, and where more weight comes in, it's harder to get through mud and stuff. So if I put both of these in the second gear, this one typically will power out, just because it's got a lot more power. Not a lot more power, 100 cc's more, which isn't, I think that rates out to maybe like not even 10 horsepower. I'm not sure. I'm not as good with that, but something like that. The only reason, but this one gets stuck far more often than this one. Even with these tires on it, this one's able to get out of predicaments. This one just wishes it could and has to use that winch for the plow over here to get itself out. I'll just like drive that one around the Rancher and winch it out, usually. It's just because of the weight, I guess. But yeah. So which one would you guys take? So my choices: playfulness, dirt bike, playfulness. I'm just going to start saying trail. Trail sounds a lot better. So trail, dirt bike, off-road, mud, all that good stuff. Rancher, with or without those ball tires, with good tires or bad tires, the tires that's not, it's still phenomenal. And for work, definitely the Foreman, because it's 100 cc's more. The suspension is tuned a lot more to work. Like this one, I'm just using my forearm. It doesn't have bad suspension. Like, it's got really good suspension on it for going off-road and stuff. This one, though, this one's just got really stiff. Like, it takes me leaning on it to push down on it. And, Work, fun, trail. Pretty much is how I'd rate this. So, what would you guys choose? Let me know. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people, if you had to choose just one, I'm just choosing out of all three what I would use each one for specifically. But where I live with the swamp outside my house, and then there's also another bigger, larger, heavily wooded place with lots of mud places on it, I would probably choose the four-wheeler because that's kind of the Rancher, because that's kind of like an all-rounder. That's really good off-road. It's a lot of fun in the mud. It's good at working. Not as good as this, but pretty damn close. And it's good at mud and everything, like I said. So I'd probably choose the Rancher. Because where the Foreman makes up for in work, it lacks in fun. And where this makes up for in fun, it lacks in work, but not by as much as that lacks in fun. So that lacks in fun more just because of the sheer weight and hardness it is to get the thing unstuck, where this one doesn't lack as much work-wise as that does playful, fun-wise. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm sorry if it doesn't. This one for sure, because it's more of a well-rounded machine than that one is. That's pretty much specifically for work and a little bit of fun occasionally, like 85% work, 15%, 25%, 15% play. This one's more like 65% play, 45% fun, if that makes sense. Probably right around there, I'd say. Something like that. Then the dirt bike is just kind of like the odd man out, because that's all that's meant for is trails for the most part. I have taken just through a lot of mud though. There was like a long, probably like 30-foot, 40-foot long mud hole with just water, like 3 feet of water. And it went through it in second gear like you wouldn't even believe. Like the front wheel was just like kind of skipping. This thing just dug down deep and just got through it multiple times. I was really impressed. More so I was impressed with me for not toppling the thing over, but so definitely my choice would be the Rancher. So let me know, guys, because I don't have as much work as I do fun around here, so which is a good thing. So that's my pick. Let me know what you guys choose. And I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully in the next video.